Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Keep It Real MMA. Obviously, like I said, at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday morning, I'm gonna do the predictions for Usman Vs Edwards 2, UFC 278. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's go from early prelims all the way up to the main event. So let's get it going. First fight on the card doesn't have odds, by the way, on the website. So it's Daniel De Silva versus Victor Alto Mariano. I'm going to go with Victor Alto Mariano right here. I'm going to go with decision. I just think Daniel De Silva is not good enough to be in UFC, in my opinion, based off what I've seen. The problem with him, he's not losing based off of, lack of effort, or he's getting chinned, or he's getting caught with stupid shots. He just is not good enough to be in the UFC, in my opinion. So I got Victor Alto Mariano by decision. I just think it's a straightforward pick. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This card is quite terrible. It's quite shit. So it's quite terrible, but, it is what it is. The main card's okay, though, so that's good. At least Giga, Chad, Costa's fighting, so that's all that matters really to me. But anyway, yeah, Victor Alto Mariano by decision. I'll say 30-27, easy decision for him. Next fight on the card, Aori Chaleng versus Jay Perrin. Aori Chaleng is a -170 favorite. Jay Perrin's a +145 underdog. I'm going to go with the favorite in Aori Chaleng. I just think he's just better than Jay Perrin. I think most of these fights are quite straightforward picks. I just think Aori Chaleng is a better fighter. I generally think he is. Most of his losses when he went down to flyweight, but cutting as much of a bantamweight. He did knock out Cameron Nelson. I think it was his last fight. So, he's rapidly improving at 29. He's making strides, making improvements, and I just think he's better than Jay Perrin. I got Aori Chaleng by 30-27 decision, just like I got Victor Alto Mariano winning by 30-27. I think it's just a straightforward pick. I don't think it's that hard of a pick at all. So, yeah, that's what I would do for it. Next fight on the card, Amir Al-Bazi versus Francisco Figueredo. Amir Al-Bazi is a -410 and a -410 favorite. Francisco Figueredo is a +330 underdog. I'm going to go with the very big favorite in Amir Al-Bazi. I think again is a straightforward pick in the sense of if they go to the ground, Francisco is too clumsy and he's too willing on the ground. He's going to give any sort of position to anybody, and you can't give it to Amir because Amir will take advantage of it. And I feel like Francisco's in for a very tough night, and I can see why Amir Al-Bazi is so, fuck me. I can see why Amir Al-Bazi is a big favorite. I just think he's just a better fighter than Francisco. Francisco is not as good as his brother, let's be real. And yeah, I think it's not an easy win for Amir, but because Francisco Figueredo's I've picked against him loads, and he's surprises me. But I think Amir Al-Bazi is the better fighter. I think he always will be. I just think that these type of positions that Francisco Figueredo gives up, Amir will take advantage of it. So yeah, I got Amir Al-Bazi by third round rear naked choke, in my opinion. I think Francisco. I think what's gonna happen is Francisco's gonna try find ways to get inside because he is explosive like his brother, but he is a B-Tech version of his brother. What's gonna happen is they're either gonna end up on the ground somehow. They're gonna scramble, and he's gonna give his back to Amir, and Amir's gonna find a way to latch in that rear naked choke in the third round, in my opinion. When Francisco's body's more tired, his lactic acid is building in his muscles because he's got all that power. He's carrying all that power, all that weight, massive for the division like his brother. So his cardio is gonna be down. So yeah, Amir Al-Bazi by third round rear naked choke. The last fight on the early prelims is AJ Fletcher versus Andalusa. AJ Fletcher is a -150 favorite. Andalusa is a +130 underdog. Right. I think AJ Fletcher is overrated, but I'm still going to go with AJ Fletcher. Andalusa hasn't... Well, Andalusa really hasn't impressed me at all. He has a much longer reach than AJ Fletcher. AJ Fletcher has really short arms. He has a 67-inch reach, which is fucking crazy to me at welterweight. And Andalusa has a 74-inch reach. So he has a 7-inch reach advantage here, but they're the same height and everything. It's strange, like, the thing. But Andalusa, like, you know, he picks up losses. You know, he's got 3 losses on his record. Problem with Andalusa is that, like, you can't just rely on hustle, can't rely on out hustling people, out voluming people when you have the type of wrestling that AJ Fletcher has. And the thing is, just like, when you have the type of wrestling he has, like, obviously Ange's got good takedown defense, but the problem is AJ Fletcher couldn't get a takedown in his last fight. But I feel like in this fight he will, because he'll force the dog out to Ange, which will tire him out, and I believe that AJ Fletcher will be able to scrape out a 29-28 decision. That's how I logically think about it, and I don't blame people for picking Ange. I believe MMA Guru did pick Ange, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go with AJ Fletcher. I trust in the small favorite that he is. I usually like to pick underdogs in this situation because it's such a close fight, but I truly do believe AJ Fletcher will take it by decision, 29-28. I think he'll be able to take it and get down, you know, be able to just last a little bit longer and just be able to grind it out, maybe, because the thing is, like, with Agne, he relies on his hustle too much, he relies on his heart, and I just think that AJ Fletcher will be able to take advantage of that with skill, especially through the first 2 rounds and maybe lose the third. So that's how I got it. AJ Fletcher by 29-28 decision. First fight on the prelims is Miranda Maverick versus Shayna Young. No odds on it for some reason, but I am going to go with Miranda Maverick. I think, you know, her losses have aged well. I mean, because Erin Blanchfield, I think, is going to beat Molly McCann. I forgot to put on this channel that I actually got announced. I don't know how I'm so fucking stupid sometimes. But, yeah, you know, obviously, the problem is, right, like, she got robbed against Macy Barber. She definitely won the first 2 rounds. So she got robbed there. But look how good Macy Barber's looked since that fight, man. She's picked up 2 great wins. And she's looked really good. So, yeah, I got Miranda Maverick by 30-27 decision. I just don't think Shayna Young's that good. I just believe that Miranda Maverick's been given an alley-oop here, kind of like Dominic Reyes. So, yeah, I think it's a good fight, though, and I think Miranda takes advantage by just establishing her wrestling, establishing her grappling, striking, everything, to be honest with you. So, got Miranda Maverick by 30-27 decision. Next fight on the card does have odds. Surprisingly, it's Sean Woodson versus Luis Saldana. Sean Woodson's a -320 favorite. Luis Saldana's a +265 underdog. If this was the Sean Woodson that lost to Juliana Rosa, I would side more towards Luis Saldana. But the thing is, with Sean Woodson, ever since that fight, he's invested to the body more. He's been more careful with his cardio, but also been active at the same time, you know, volume heavy with his striking a bit. He has great power, obviously. I believe he knocked out Terence McKinney at one point, so he has great power, and obviously he's down a weight class of featherweight, so, you know, I just believe that he's going to be able to establish his reach, establish his range. What's his reach advantage looking like? He has a 5-inch reach advantage, 4-inch leg reach advantage, and he's 3 inches taller than Luis Saldana, and obviously Sean Woodson's only loss is to Juliana Rosa. And a lot of people have problems with him, like Nate Lamway had problems with Juliana Rosa, lost to Juliana Rosa. And the thing is, look how good Nate Lamway's looked in his last 2 fights, especially against David Onama, a fight that he was a massive underdog in, you know what I'm saying? So I picked against Nate Lamway. I didn't want to, but it is what it is, right? I went with a logical pick. Nate Lamway proved me wrong, like I wanted him to. So, also Charles Jourdain lost to Julian Rosa and then got robbed against Shane Burgos, who's just signed with the PFL. So, you know, like, Sean Woodson didn't lose to no scrub, man. Like, because Julian Rosa does give problems to people. I just think he's better than Luis Saldana. I think he'll be able to establish his range and establish his striking and be able to get a 29-28 decision where he maybe loses the first round. That's what I see it going on, man. Sean Woodson by decision. Next fight on the card is Leonardo Santos versus Jared Gordon. Leonardo Santos is a +225 underdog. Jared Gordon's a -265 favorite. 265 favorite, sorry. I'm going to go with the favourite in Jared Gordon. The problem with Leonardo Santos is like, you know, he's getting a lot older now. I don't think it says his age on here. Does it say his age on here? No. But, yeah, you know, the problem is, right, with Leonardo Santos is that, like, in his last couple of fights, he's been gassing out bad. And Jared Gordon has really good cardio, you know what I mean? And he's only losing to pretty good people, and he's exposed a couple of hype trains. Jared Gordon's pretty good. I mean, his best loss ever was against Charles Oliveira. Because look how good Charles Oliveira's look now. The champ has a name, and his name is Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. So, you know, Jared Gordon, you know, he's a pretty good fighter in the UFC. It's strange because he doesn't look great, but he does at the same time. It's weird, but... Nah, Jared Gordon's good though, man. And I think he's just going to be able to out-hustle Leonardo Santos and gas him out and get a third-round TKO, in my opinion. I just think that Leonardo Santos is done in this sport. I just don't think he'd be able to latch up a submission against Jared Gordon. I just feel like he's just going to get out-volumed, out-paced, and just finished in the third TKO. So yeah, Jared Gordon by third-round TKO. The last fight, the headliner of the prelims, is Marcin Taburra versus Alexander Romanov. Marcin Taburra is a plus 370 underdog. Alexander Romanov is a minus 460 favourite. I do not agree with the odds at all. I'm still going to go with Romanov. But this is a lot closer fight than what people are saying, and here's why. Marcin Taburra has some terrible losses on his record, right? We'll look at Marcin Taburra, right? We'll look at Marcin Taburra's record, right? He's 22-7, which is a great record. Right, his last loss was to Alexander Volkov, right? Alexander Volkov, right? But Volkov is really good, right? Right, so these are the bad losses. The bad losses on his record, right? Shamil Abdurakhimov, Augusto Sakai. Oh, that's a disgusting loss. Derek Lewis, but not really. And Fabricio Verdun, right? Now, if you look at his good wins, Maxim Grisham, Ben Rothwell, Sergey Spivak. Now, beating Sergey Spivak has aged beautifully because look how good Sergey Spivak has looked in his last 3 fights. Ever since losing to Tom Aspinall. See, all these fighters losing to Tom Aspinall just makes Tom Aspinall look very good. But obviously he got injured, so hope he comes back better. But yeah, Marcin Taburra has a very good chance of shutting down Romanov's wrestling, or maybe employing his own wrestling, making it close like a Gilbert Burns and Hamzat situation where Hamzat can't get his way with him on the ground and Burns is putting up a fight, so they force the fight on the feet and Burns makes it scrappy, you know what I mean? So Taburra has the chance to do that, but the problem is Taburra's chin is fucking lacking a heavyweight, so Romanov has good power. And we all know, like, I don't care what anybody says, Juan Espino was beating Alexander Romanov. He was beating Alexander Romanov, and Romanov quit with a nut shot because he was gassed. And the thing is, he's definitely worked on his conditioning, though. He's definitely worked on his conditioning. He's definitely worked on you know, staying in better shape and slimming down a bit because Marcin Taburra is actually the bigger guy, weight wise and height wise and reach. Damn, yeah. So you know, obviously Romanov has worked on his conditioning and stuff, but don't forget, like mentally, he has quit in the cage. Because I don't care what anybody says. That nut shot shouldn't have taken him out the fight, and he took the fucking disqualification win. It's all because Espino was winning and Alexander Romanov wanted a way out. It's all it was, and I refuse to believe otherwise because I'd seen it. It happened right in front of my eyes. I know what I fucking saw in his eyes. So, but, you know, he's still a great fighter though, man, and I just don't see Taburra not putting him in enough situation to quit like Espino did. But, you know, since Romanov's worked on his cardio a lot more, maybe he would dominate Espino now, you know what I mean? But Espino would out-grapple most of the people in the top 5, so... Romanov was out grappling him early on, but then Espino started out grappling him because Romanov was dead gassing. So maybe Romanov might not be able to might not quit for the rest of his career because you know, because maybe he's worked on his cardio so much that he won't have to be put in that situation. But I'm just saying, if I won't be surprised if Taburra gives him a chance to quit. I think Romanov will take it. Just like I'm in that mindset of if you quit once, you'll keep quitting. That's why I've never quit in my life. So, but Romanov have, and I refuse to believe otherwise. So, but I still got to go with Romanov. I got him by a very dominant 30-27 decision. I don't see Taburra shutting down his wrestling at all. But it's still a close fight, if you get what I mean. Not like dominant where it's like almost a 10-8 or it's a very strong 10-9. Dominant in the sense of it looks dominant on paper. Oh, he won all 3 rounds, 10-9 strong, you know. But I think Taburra will give him a good fight, though. I think he'll give him a good fight, but yeah. Opener of the main card is fucking hell. Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hansaka. Tyson Pedro. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Tyson Pedro is a minus 740 favorite. Harry Hansaka is a plus 540 underdog. I think you could guess who I'm going with. I'm going with Tyson Pedro. Tyson Pedro's taller by an inch. He's got 4 inches of reach on him. Even got a leg reach on him. No, only an inch and a half. But like, you know, every little helps, right, guys? So, but Harry Hansaka got no chin for heavyweight. Well, even for light heavyweight, because he's going on a light heavyweight here. I don't know what it's going to be like a light heavyweight, but problem is, right? What is it? What's his record? 7-5. Fucking hell. Tyson Pedro's 8-3. Harry Hansaka is very, very fucking fast, but the thing is, I think Tyson Pedro will stay out of those boxing exchanges, and if he does, I just feel like he's gonna KO Harry Hansaka in the second round. Because the thing is, right, this is how you gotta look at it, right? Like, when you got somebody like Tyson Pedro, who's, you know, had a long layoff, he came back, you know, because of injuries and stuff, and now he's looking very good. I just think he's gonna KO Harry Hansaka in a second. I just think if he stays on the boxing exchanges, and don't forget, like Taito Ivasa has beaten Harry Hansaka in you know, in his run, in his win streak, and Tyson Pedro is obviously teammates with him, so I think Tyson Pedro's gonna get the job done. Make Harry Hansaka think about the leg kicks, the body kicks, and just come up top of the right hand or left hand and just drop him and put him out with a TKO. So yeah. Tyson Pedro by second round KO/TKO. Right. Next fight on the card. Wu Johan versus Lucy Pudilova. Wu Johan is a plus 110 underdog. Lucy Pudilova is a minus 130 favorite. Now, they both have terrible records in a way. Like, Wu Johan has, you know, slightly better record, but you know, it's what it is. It's a women's bantamweight bout. I know, you know, it's how do I say it? Shit. So I'm actually gonna go with the favorite in Lucy Pudilova. I just think she's slightly better than Wu Johan, and I just think she's fought better competition. And I know her record's terrible, but I just feel like records don't say everything about a fighter, man. Because like you look at certain records, right, and you just think like, oh, that guy's shit, this guy's shit. But sorry, guys. Fuck's sake. But I just think Lucy Pudilova is a better fighter. I truly do. I just feel like she just needs to get a big win, and I feel like this is her opportunity to do it. Well, it's not a big win, but you know, a win in the UFC where, you know, it's legit and it's, you know, it's good, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Lucy Pudilova, I think she'll get 29-28 decision, in my opinion. It's a hard fight to predict because they both shit, because they're women's bantamweight. But anyway, on to actual good fighters. We got Jose Aldo versus Marab Divashweli. This is the disgusting odds line, and I'll tell you why in a minute, because it's not a big gap. But Jose Aldo's a plus 105 underdog. Marab's a minus 125 favorite. I'm gonna go with Jose Aldo, not just because he's the underdog, but who the fuck in the Discord mod burger flipping fat cunt decided that Marab is the favorite over Jose Aldo? Now, I could look like an idiot, right, and Jose Aldo could lose to Marab, but no. Jose Aldo got this in the bag. And the reason I think this, right, is because Jose Aldo is the anti-wrestler of MMA. Always have been. Always have been. And the thing is, right, Marab, in the first round, he takes a lot of damage. Look at the Moraes fight. And if Jose Aldo does that to Marab in this new weight class in a 3-rounder, if he hurts Marab like that, Jose's not gassing himself out trying to finish him. Jose Aldo is not going to gas himself out doing that. And I just think Marab is slowly going to get his soul taken by Jose, because Jose is massive for the division. He's big. I don't feel like Marab has the same ability to hurt him, and I feel like Jose's going to win this and get his title shot. Because the thing is, right, what you got to take into consideration is that Marab's very quick, he's very agile, but the problem is, like I said, he leaves himself open, especially in the first round. And I just think Jose Aldo's going to take advantage of it. I think Jose Aldo's going to actually get a TKO in the second round, but I think it's just going to be abundance of leg kicks, and he's going to throw him because his corner's going to tell him in between the first and second round, like, throw some leg kicks, mix it in, keep with the body shots, and keep your boxing, keep hurting him. Because I feel like right at the end of the first round, I think you'll actually drop Marab, and in the second round, I think you'll be able to take advantage of it and start throwing leg kicks, body, and then going straight up top of the right hand on Marab and just put him out, kind of put him out, and then just a couple of follow-up shots, put him out and get a dub. That's how I see it going, because Marab's too open the strikes, like I said, especially in the first round. That's why I think he'll get dropped, and I think the soul will slowly get taken out of him, as the second round goes, because I think Jose Aldo will get him at the end of the second round, and I just feel like Marab's soul will be slowly taken, where he's like, I can't take him down, I can't do anything to him. So I feel like this is how Jose's going to win his fight. So yeah, Jose Aldo second round TKO. Next fight on the card is Polo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Polo Costa is a -315 favourite. Luke Rockhold's a +260 underdog. I'm going to go with Polo, the Giga Chad Costa. Luke Rockhold hasn't fought in middleweight in almost 4.5 years. He's chinny as fuck. Paulo Costa has a much better chin. He's better conditioned, in my opinion. I think he's more built for middleweight. Luke Rockhold I just don't think he has it in him anymore, man. Like, you gotta look at it this way, right? Like, obviously, Luke Rockhold's last loss was at light heavyweight. I think he lost to Jan Blachowicz, I believe. Was that his last fight? Jan Blachowicz? Yes, it had to be. So, on paper, like, in their primes, Luke Rockhold should beat Costa. You know what I mean? He's 2 inches taller. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage. You know what I mean? Like, he even got a big leg reach advantage too. Like, you know what I mean? But the problem is, right? This is where this problem comes into play. Defensively, he's not sound. He gets clipped a lot, and when he gets clipped, he tends to go down every single time. And Costa's not the type of guy you want to get clipped by. And the thing is, right, Costa's short arms is going to help him get underhooks. I just don't think Luke Rockhold can resort to grappling. I just don't think he can, because Costa's a fucking massive for the division. He's looking absolutely shredded already before the fight. And I just feel like Costa's more than ready for someone like Luke Rockhold, who's cocky, arrogant, leaves his hands down, leaves his chin up in the air. I just think that Costa's going to come in focused and ready to go, especially after those 2 losses in a row to one to Adesanya and one to Vettori, which I think Costa should have won, in my opinion. Especially not with the point deduction, but without the point deduction, Paulo would have won. And Paulo showed great improvement for light heavyweight, in terms of skill, technique, and also improvement in the terms of cardio. And I know he didn't have to cut all that weight to middleweight because he couldn't be asked, because that's just how much of a giga chad he is. I'm not making middleweight, that's your own problem, Paulo Costa. Paulo, catweight Costa. But, I think he's determined this time. I think he's mentally locked in and ready to make middleweight and ready to show his cardio, ready to show everything. So, yeah, I just think Paulo Costa got this in the bag. Terrible first fight for Luke Rockhold to come into. But, yeah, Paulo Costa. Easy dub. Wait, did I say how he's going to win? Oh, no, I didn't say how he's going to win. Yeah, I think Costa's going to catch him in the 3rd round. I just think Luke Rockhold will actually do really well in the first, maybe even take him, maybe. And I just think Costa will just keep investing in the body, keep hurting Rockhold in certain situations, and eventually I think the 3rd Rockhold won't be able to take the shots anymore, go down out cold. against the cage, slumped over. Polo, catweight Costa will, you know, do his usual shit, and I'll keep checking his Twitter because I fucking love his Twitter. Anyway, Paulo Costa, 3rd round TKO. Okay. Kamaru Usman, well, main event, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman is a minus 380 favourite. Leon Edwards is a plus 310 underdog. Right. Right. You're going to hate me for this, guys. I'm going to go with Leon Edwards. Now, you might be thinking, why am I going with Leon Edwards? Here's why. Right. I know their first fight, Usman won very convincingly, dominantly. Leon was 23 at the time. Now he's, what, you know, that's 10 in a row. 10 in a row. That's 9 fights in a row. Thing is now, right, Leon is bigger, weight-wise. He's taller, he's longer, and his grappling defense has improved so much. And Kamaru doesn't resort to his wrestling as much because he knows at the top level, he struggles to wrestle. Now, this is my biggest thing for it. After watching the second Masvidal fight, he could not keep Masvidal down. He couldn't keep him down. And if you can't keep Masvidal down, then, you know what I'm saying? Colby was able to wrestle fuck Masvidal, and they'd been best friends and training partners for years. So they would have known where their go-to is, kind of, you know what I mean? Even though it'd been years, but, you know what I mean? And he was able to ragdoll and baby Masvidal on the ground, Colby was. And Colby is a better wrestler than Usman. There's no debate. He's a much better wrestler than Usman. But the thing is, if Usman, who's considered a very great grappler and wrestler, who can't keep down a striker like Masvidal, how is he supposed to keep down Leon Edwards at this point in Leon's career? Leon is a lot younger. He's a lot hungrier. Kamaru Usman's leaving his prime now. His steroids ain't going to be working as much for him anymore. His HGH, his EPO. And don't forget now, right? He should have drew against Colby in their second fight, because Colby clearly won 3, 4, and 5. Usman got a 10-8 in the second. Only because Colby was shitting himself for some reason, but Colby was very inactive. So if a very inactive Colby can do that, I think a semi-active Leon can definitely, you know, beat Usman. The thing is, though, I think full training camp, Leon versus Colby, I do think Colby would win that fight. But obviously styles make matchups and different fighters make different things happen. Now, Leon is a very big Costa. Kamaru Usman is a try to beat the shit out of you type guy. Leon's not going to coast in this fight because he's fighting somebody his level, or, you know, his level. And the thing is, you notice in all of Leon's fights, if he's fighting somebody his level or a tiny bit lower than his level, he won't coast. He'll only coast against people and fight to the level of the people that he's much better than. That's just Leon's style. That's just how Leon fights. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but against Usman, he's not going to do that. He is going to go for the kill. He is going to, you know, fight with all his heart because this is for the title. And, yeah, so he wants to bring it back to the UK. So, Usman's fallen in love with his striking, and I just feel like Leon's going to be able to take advantage of him by just picking him apart for 5 rounds. I honestly think Leon will win 4-1. I think he will win 4 rounds to 1, where maybe Usman wins like a round where he like kind of hurts Leon at the end, so he kind of takes a round. I'm not going to say which round, but maybe, yeah, I will. Maybe the second round or something like that. But I think Leon will honestly take round 1, 3, 4, and 5. I just think that he's so much more technically sound than Usman. I think he's going to be very aware of Usman's power. And don't forget, Usman's been very inactive lately. And on top of that, Usman broke his power hand. Usman broke his right hand. Now, people don't take that into consideration. Usman broke his right hand and he's gone straight into a training camp after it. I think he's going to break it again. If not before the fight, during the fight. And it's going to compromise even more in the later rounds because I think he'll do it early on, you know. So I honestly think that Leon's got this. I think Leon can really pull this off, and I believe logically he will. And it's not just a feeling, guys, you know what I mean? This is based off of logic. Like, I just think his grappling defense has improved so much that Usman won't be able to take him down. Usman avoided completely grappling with Burns because Burns is a jiu-jitsu guy. He completely avoided grappling with Colby because Colby's a better wrestler than him. And, so all he could do was just defend the takedowns. So cheated on one of the takedowns. He grabbed the fucking fence, but yeah. I'm saying, so with steroids in his system, not being able to take people down, and, consistent, keep them down, or can't take them down at all. On top of that, he's getting older now, leaving his prime. And what's called, he might not be able to rely on his power hand so much. I think Leon can take this, man. I really think Leon can take this. And I'm going to go with 4 rounds to 1, like I said. I think they'll give Usman another phantom 49-46 scorecard because, he's African, so they're going to give him privilege. Same with Ngannou, same with Adesanya, because they need African champions and star power. So, one of those. I think that'll force them into a second fight, I believe. I think what it'll be quite clear, and I think the fans will be pissed off there'll be a rematch, but they'll all the fight, all the commentators, everybody like that with the shows will shell out for Usman, saying he deserves a rematch. It was a close fight, even though Leo clearly won 4-1, or because the judges influence people's minds and got all these people to talk about it to convince your mind by saying, oh look, he did get a 49-46 scorecard. Because, as soon as the big companies talk about it, it makes you believe that, it wasn't a close fight, that close, wasn't that dominant of a fight anymore. So, he's going to get a 49-46 scorecard regardless, so I got Leon by split decision in that sense. Yeah, it would be split decision, but clearly should have won by unanimous 4-1. So yeah, Leon Edwards by split decision because one of the judges are trying to force a rematch, which they probably been told to do because it's a phantom 49-46 scorecard like he got against Colby, which was absolute bullshit because Colby clearly won the last 3 rounds. Same with Ngannou, and funny enough, they all talk to each other, all friends, African champions, yeah? So all have steroids in the system, maybe except Ngannou. But Gaino Sanya and Kamaru Usman definitely are on the sauce. But yeah, they'll have the 49-46 scorecard, but I think Leon will take it because I think 2 judges will refuse to, be corrupt as boxing and actually give Leon the fight when he deserves it. So yeah, Leon Edwards, 4 rounds to 1, but I think it'll be a split decision. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. My TikTok is keep it real edits. I'm keep it real MMA here, as you all know. Please, if you're new, like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you coming by. More content coming soon. Obviously, I've been very active, so yeah, I'm glad for that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys soon. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.